For nearly 2 weeks now, I've been reviewing no sleep stories by various authors on my YouTube channel. I've been lucky enough to get requests from 26 people, so I have plenty of business lined up. Most people I've reviewed so far are amicable and satisfied with my work. I'm far from the best video editor in the world, and I think my reviews could use some work. As pleasant as it has been to correspond with most of the authors I'm reviewing, there is one specific author that I hope I will never hear from again. It happened a couple days ago, after I posted about my channel on Nosleep OC for the second time. Again, I was flooded with a fair number of requests. It's gonna be a while before I have to go and ask for the next wave. Again, most people were happy to let me review their work, with some sending me links to multiple stories. And then there was that author. Hey, I saw you were wanting to review No Sleep stories, right? Here's one I think you'll really love. Thank you for noticing my post. I'd be glad to review your work. However, the link you sent me didn't work. I checked your profile, but it doesn't appear that you have anything posted. I searched for the title under your username, but I'm afraid I can't find it. I am interested, though. Thanks again for taking interest. Oh my goodness. I am so sorry. I can't believe I messed that up. Let me try again. I'm gonna send it to your email this time. I never gave out my email to this individual. Up until before I got their first message, I hadn't given out my email to anyone on here. Nevertheless, I decided to go and check. Sure enough, there was a new link there with the same title. I clicked it and the story appeared. However, I found that it did not take me to Reddit, but rather some site I'd never heard of. I had quite a number of other stories still waiting to be read, but I found myself intrigued by this mysterious one. That wasn't until I started actually reading it. The first couple of paragraphs were alright. The story seemed to be about someone dealing with a strange infection they'd gotten after falling onto some strange flowers in a forest. By the third paragraph, I noticed multiple spelling and grammatical errors. I'd noticed similar things in a handful of other stories I'd read, but this was over the top. Still, I was able to follow it. The narrator of the story seemed to become increasingly frantic. Eventually, there was no longer any spaces between words. I struggled to keep reading, knowing I should just dismiss the story and move on. However, I simply couldn't find myself pulling away from the absolute mess on my screen. This person seemed to be suffering from a severe and rapid case of leprosy after I checked up the conditions they described. Then the last 10 or so lines was just a repetition of, "What happened to their skin? What happened to their skin?" Then at the bottom of the page there was a large photo. It looked like a person who had just been burned alive. I clicked out and chose not to reply to the email. After that I went about my day and recorded my review of an actual story. It was around 1 in the morning when I felt a rash on my skin. I've noticed from time to time getting minor rashes on my skin after a meal, and they never turned out to be a big deal. I assumed the same this time. Half an hour later, the condition was much worse. I had noticed large bumps of various shapes all along my right arm. I assumed I must have been having an allergic reaction. It was a bit painful and fairly itchy. I remembered experiencing something similar when I was a kid. It went away after a few hours, not requiring any medical attention. I started contemplating what I'd eaten to cause this, and then I heard a voice. "Why did you ignore me?" The voice was a bit faint and sounded more like it was coming from a radio. Sometimes when I put my computer on sleep, it would come back on and unpause whatever I'd been watching. I went over to my computer, moving the mouse around for a bit. The screen came back on. I could hear more chatter as I checked the tabs I'd left open. It wasn't coming from any of them. "What's wrong with your skin?" I leaned back in my seat when I heard the voice. Had someone hacked into my computer? Just then, an intense burning sensation came from my right arm. I looked at it and felt faint. My arm was almost entirely covered in magenta bubbles, which quickly turned to a purplish green. I went to reach from my phone before the feeling rushed along my back and over to my left arm. My hands couldn't move. I could feel that I was panicking now. Within seconds, the feeling came over the rest of my body. My vision blurred, and I began to hear eerie, distorted noises. I fell to the floor of my bedroom in terrible pain. It couldn't have been more than a minute later when I passed out. When I woke up, it was a little after noon. My skin was back to normal and I felt surprisingly well rested. My computer kept making a notification sound over and over again. It kept saying I had a new comment on one of my videos. I was reluctant to click it. Each comment was being posted on a private video I'd posted 2 years ago, before actually trying to make my channel about something. After choosing to ignore it, my computer screen went black and started making a loud humming sound. Then about 10 seconds later, some words appeared on the screen. "Did you like it? Did you like it? Did you like it?" Over and over again. However, the original text included my first and last name, which I've omitted. This went on for 30 seconds before my computer suddenly turned to normal immediately after I went into Reddit and blocked the user and then blocked them from my email and YouTube channel. I went to the doctor afterwards and explained what I had experienced last night, minus the bizarre voice on my computer. After running a few tests, it appears I was fine aside from my bad cholesterol being a little high. Not sure if I'm going to continue reviewing stories for the time being. I'll post reviews of the ones I've already read, and then take a break. If I get back into it, I'm going to make sure they're actually posted on Reddit and have minimal spelling issues. Also, I don't think I'll be interacting with the blank accounts anymore.